All right, hello. If you can hear me fine. All right, my name is Anton Dyer. We're going to go ahead and just talk about this real quick because I was talking to myself about it, but I'd rather share it with you guys because this is indeed a private analysis of the position that we are mainly looking at. This is BITF. Now, we have a bull flag formation, a positive test, and I was just looking down here at the volume to see what this is going to do next, right? Because this last move has been pretty impressive. We went up about 20%. Since my initial move in, and about 30%, 40% since the bottom. Okay, so I was here at 40%, but I got in before this drop down here. This drop was when they notified us that they'd be doing a stock offering, but it was a private stock offering, and they did the investment, everything went well, and now we're good to go with that. This is where we're at now. The market action is it can definitely go all the way down to $1.24. I don't want that because that means, well, you know, I'd rather keep the profit that I have here because $1.24 would erase most of my profit. So I could set a stop loss right here at $1.40 like I was trying to do. But we also want to not risk, hey, this thing goes to $1.40, I sell, and then it hits this support level right here, $1.37. And then somehow bounces off of that and then goes to $2.40. Because we're looking right now at the mid to long term of it. This year's been fantastic for the stock. We're up 4x from the bottom, 3x from the bottom. And we just had this movement here. Now, there's a lot of possibilities for this. It can go down to the 200-day moving average, which is $1.20, which, like I said, I don't want. That would erase a lot of my profits. Now, even if it did that, it won't necessarily drop down here unless something big happens. There's also a chance that we hold this position because right now we have many formations. We have a cup and handle. We have a head and shoulders. Now this thing can drop to the head and shoulders, drop down to 135, down to 130, $1.30, right? Bounce back up, and then we're good to go again. Right now, like I said, we reached the top of the cup. This would have been a great time to sell. In fact, like I said, I can sell now, right? Because this is likely going to sell off to a new formation. But then we can look on the macros right here and we can see, hey, this is a shoulder, here's the second head, here's the third shoulder, and boom, we're going to go up to like $2.12 very shortly. You know, why would I sell if this is the long-term goal? I think in the end, this is just going to be bullish regardless, and it'll close the year up around here. Why not? But I guess that would make me happy, of course, because that is about a 60, 70% move, 50 from now. But when I first bought in, that would be a dang near 100% move. So I would be pretty happy with that. Of course, I'm also getting a little greedy. The thing is, when it comes to these stocks, my mistake is not doing the right action after I make profit. I could just sell this thing and go home. I could sell this thing and go home and be totally fine because I just made, you know, a good amount of money off of this, right? But I can also look at the technicals and look at it a little bit more objectively. Let's take a look at the volume, for instance. This is a large volume spike that happened compared to this, which was the other large volume spike you can see here, which is when we reached the top of the retest of the bull flag. So we had our bull flag, high tension, and we still have high tension because we're still in the same formation, okay? And that's another reason to hold it, because this is a high tension right here, and we have our retest. We're still under high tension, and we haven't yet had the release of that tension. We have a small amount, we have a large amount of volume here, right? But this was mainly to catch up with the rest of the mining stocks. This right here, let's take away the moving averages. This right here, this sector right here, if I can mark that, let's mark that with a this thing, yeah, let's do a rectangle. This right here can be seen as a bear trap, okay? Because we had our move up here and we haven't had the quote unquote mania phase of this move itself, okay? So this can be seen as a bear trap, which is the middle phase of a large bullish move like this. Give me a second. I gotta go ahead and get rid of this thing? There you go. So the second phase of this would indeed move us up to around, you know, $2 area. We also, bearish case, have not 50% retrace this move here. So this move, 50% retrace, would knock us down to 1.3, which again would eat into my profit. Short term, I could be patient, you know. This is the beginning of a bull flag. Now we can have there are so many ways to go about this. We can have a positive impulse and a formation of a new bull flag, which would knock us up to 1.68, 1.67. We could have a 50% retrace down to 1.3. That's why we want to do our volume analysis. You know, we could actually finish up the head and shoulders pattern and just keep on going, like I said, about $2. Yeah, $2. That would be a good price target to sell all of our shares. But we are still under high tension. So there's an even more bullish case right here with this bull flag, high tension, and we go up to twice the size of the bull flag, which is $4. So depends on what Bitcoin does. Bitcoin is our underlying asset here, and this is really what it is on the long scale. We have a lot of volume now. We had a lot of volume at the top of the retest. And this right here, an explosion, means that we can just continue to go higher because the momentum, all of the volume here gave us incredible momentum, okay? Of course, there's also more bearish cases such as, well, let's bring the moving averages back. Why don't we just go ahead and retest the 50-week moving average? Or why don't we go ahead and, you know, like retest this or that, you know? Right now, super high. I think this is a bear trap, in my opinion. Are we going to sell off a little bit more? We could. But the momentum can easily be seen as on our side. Based on the explosion in volume, I just don't like this formation here because there's a lot of reasons saying that, hey, this can 50% retrace. This is why we need to look at the volume over the last 3 days. Very quiet, quiet, loud, loud, quiet. And I like that, okay? There was a lot of volume in the beginning of the days. The rest of the volume is pretty similar. A lot of volume in the beginning of the day, so high tension. Oh yeah, this was also very high tension. We were able to break a higher high, which is really nice. All we have to do is set a lower low. Shrinking volume. Shrinking volume is good because that shows that the bears are either exhausted or just sitting on the sidelines, okay? And we are waiting for bearish action here, okay? We can continue to have bearish action if they show strength. It depends a little bit on the underlying asset, of course, which is Bitcoin itself. Bitcoin right now is still really impressive looking. But as we can see here, look at that movement. It's been very extended, this bull movement upwards, okay? So what do we do with that? All right, what do we do? Because this can easily go down and hit the moving average, the 50-day moving average. It can easily just go back all the way down and do that. But this is Bitcoin, you know? Bitcoin is just, sometimes it just sets itself on fire, okay? It can indeed use the 7-week moving average as a platform to explode past 40,000, maybe even hit 50,000, all right? And for that, in order to see that, we're gonna go ahead and pull up TradingView because that'll show the actual price of Bitcoin. I think Webull still has Bitcoin, but you can't trade on it. Yeah, okay, we're good. We don't need to pull up TradingView then. TradingView does have something else which is kind of cool, which is just a comparison to the bigger competitor for Bitfarms, which is Clean Sparks. But all right, so this is Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin's doing pretty darn well. Here it is over the last few days, and we have this super extended movement. This is perfect for the shorts to come in. Look at how we want this thing to go higher. Bulls are jumping in like crazy. Imagine this dumping to 33,000. The bears would love that. But also, look at this. We are already on the 7 weekly moving average. Okay? We don't know how, like, if this thing jumps up, it's going to make the news. Okay? And our stock's going to go wild. Our stock is going to go up 90%. This is where we're at, okay? We're at a very high tension point here. I don't know what's going to happen. This thing can fake us out. Okay, so we got to look at other indications to see what's going on with the markets. Okay, we can look at how excited people are about Bitcoin, but it's all about data and price action. What are the big companies doing? Are people dumping? Are people betting their houses on this? Is this like bubble territory? What I know for sure is that this thing can correct if it does, but we're going to make a higher high. The question is, are we going to do that right now or wait for some kind of bear correction for some reason? We could definitely go back down 32,000. You know, like I said, this is a great opportunity to short because look at how excited the bulls look. This thing, it continues to set higher highs, but it can also just dump suddenly. Look at this, higher high, okay? So another bull case. Are we gonna reattempt this tomorrow? We could. How are we gonna bring in December? That's the question. So if you have any thoughts about it, let me know. We can get this engagement going. Thanks for listening.